No. The case must have come from somewhere else. Maybe the painting case came from this shop. On second thought, it looks all wrong. Let's try some different choices. Right. Guess I'd better start looking for shops called Muller that are likely to sell art supplies. Oh, let's face it, none of my choices are likely to have sold the painting case. I should... Oh, none of my choices seem right. I better try something else. I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations would be too much. I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations. I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations. I should stick with 3 choices. I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations would be too... I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations would be too much. I should stick with 3 choices. Checking more locations would be too much. One of my choices feels off. I should change it. Looks like I'm almost there. I just need to check one of my choices. Something doesn't feel right. These 3 make up a good basis to work from. Let's see if I can rule out a couple using the map. I'm pretty confident about one of my choices. I'm pretty sure about one of my choices. 2 of my choices don't feel right, but one of them seems okay at least. I'm pretty I'm pretty sure about one. confident. Two of my choices don't feel. I'm pretty sure about one of my choices. I nailed it for two of my choices, I think. I just need to change the wrong one. Looks like I'm almost there. I just need to check one of my choices. Something doesn't feel right. Okay. So these three shops are the most likely to have sold the painting case. I need to pick the right one now. No doubt about it. This antique shop is probably my best shot. Better hang on to the address. Just need to get the painting from my room, and I can go and show it to the antique dealer. It's very calm here. Still haven't bumped into any guests since I arrived yesterday. I get the impression I've seen that before someplace. Now I get why they call this part of town the Flower District. There must be 3 years worth of emails I haven't read here. Better do some cleaning up. Ah, that's better. I wish you could be here with me now, Katyusha. We would have found the shop together. Oh my God, Mom was buried months ago. Hope it still works. I hope it'll be just as calm when I get back. Wouldn't mind some alone time by the fire. Katusha's punk group. Would love to have seen them. I'll find her, Katusha, just like I promised. And we'll find out who she is, or was. Nice. It seems like a lifetime since I enjoyed some good old-fashioned comfort. Room might not be as cozy as a you-call yurt, but it's sure more spacious. How strange to be here in Vaughan. After months of roaming from east to west on a motorbike, after taking odd jobs here and there to build up a little nest egg to finance this trip, and to be able to stay in this guest house for a time. Lucky Frau Wagner let me in despite my appearance when I arrived, with my meager means. The days when Marson and Lormont paid for my travel expenses seems far away now. It's like they were someone else's memories, fading away with passing time. Guess I've changed. Since the death of Mom and Katusha, pursuing my hypothetical double on the painting turned out to be too tempting. Comforting, even. In any case, I promised Katusha I would find her. That's not my room. Better not go in. That's Germany over there. I wonder how far Barockstadt University is from here. I understand why Wagner's call their town the heart of Europe. It's literally in the center of it. Vaughan is surrounded by the Alps. Switzerland is right on the other side. I think that's Frau Wagner's room.
Hans. According to this flyer, he came to Wagen during one of his trips.
The meager amount I've managed to save since I escaped from the mine.
Perfect. I just need to take this painting to the antique shop I found earlier. Maybe Frau Wagner can tell me how to get there. It's very calm here. Still haven't bumped into any guests since I arrived.
Oh, hi, dear. So, Miss Walker, were the documents of any help to you?
Yes, I was even able to locate the shop I'm looking for. Thank you so much, Frau Wagner.
Good. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your guest house, Frau Wagner?
Oh, I'd be delighted. What would you like to know?
Things seem to be quiet today.
Oh, there's never many guests at this time of year.
Actually, is she a guest too?
Oh, yes. She arrived earlier. An elderly English lady. A former military officer, if I understood correctly. They say she's come on some rather unpleasant business. A burial, from what I can gather. Yes, Miss Walker. And she hasn't let go of the telephone since she got here.
The room's just perfect. Thank you so much.
There's no need to thank me, Miss Walker. It's my job to make sure my guests are comfortable. And it's not every day we get a young American lady on a motorbike in the middle of the night looking for a mysterious shop. Oh, it makes me feel like I'm in a detective novel.
I'd love to know more about you, Frau Wagner.
Oh, there's not much to tell, really. At least nothing that would change the course of history.
But I'm sure you've had an eventful life, haven't you?
Well, I was born just after the war in Wagen, and I've never left. I opened this place and ran it with my husband until he died a few years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You see, nothing to write home about. Then again, we were never ones for excitement, really. But we were happy, my husband and I.
I have a few questions about Wagen.
Good, because if you'd asked me about the latest scientific discovery, I'd have to say pass. But if it's about Wagen, then you've come to the right person, my dear.
To be honest, I haven't had much time to find out about Wagen and the surrounding area. What is it I should know?
For one, Wagen is very old, renowned for its charm and culture. As for the surrounding area, it attracts mountain lovers mostly, it being so near to the Swiss Alps, of course. The banks of the Dombra, the longest river in the country, are the delight of summer vacationers.
Apparently the shop I'm looking for is located in Wagen's Antiques district. Could you tell me how to get there from the guest house?
Your best bet is to take the tram, miss. The town centre is almost entirely pedestrian, and your motorbike won't be of any use there. You'll find the nearest tram stop at the top of the stairs, to your right as you go out of the guest house.
What can you tell me about the district?
Well, it's one of the oldest districts in Wagen, traditionally working class. Myself and a few of the other relics who live here do try to keep it from modernisation and mass tourism as best as we can. Other districts haven't been so careful, and the locals have been forced to leave their district because of rising rent prices.
My, quest here is closely linked to the region of Wagen. Could you tell me a little bit about its history?
I'd be glad to.
The woman I'm looking for must have been about 18 in 1937. Was this an important date in the history of Wagen?
Not that I know of, no. But I'm not much of a historian, and I wasn't even born then. All I know is that the Troubles came the following years, with the Second World War. So that year must have been a boom year for fascist ideology, when the Brown Shadow was still just another party vying for power by preaching hate.
I found out about the woman I'm looking for thanks to a painting that must have been pillaged by the Brown Shadow during World War II.
It doesn't surprise me. Wagen, and by extension all of Ostertal, was annexed and occupied by the fascists just before the war. They sacked, stole and pillaged everything they could, just like they did in the rest of occupied Europe.
Nothing else comes to mind for the moment. Thank you for your time.
Well, feel free to come back and ask if you have any more questions.
There's a tramway map at the end of the street next to the station. It should tell me how to get to the Antiques district.
Have a nice day, Miss Walker.
The Dombra Guest House. According to what I've read, the Dombra is the longest river in Ostertal and runs through Wagen. Pity Wagen is practically all pedestrian. After all those months on the road, I've gotten kind of fond of that old bike. This district is just so beautiful. Must be the Botanical Gardens. Too bad it's closed. Going by what Frau Wagner told me when I first arrived, this used to be a working class district. Nowadays, I bet everyone wants to snap up these old houses, just like in Brooklyn.
Well, the guest house in that neighborhood sure are the best things to happen to me since... who knows?
Ah, there's the famous Wagen tramway. I'd better take a look at the map to see which line to take for the Antiques District.